distribution platform for video content, and clearly the way people consume content is changing and will continue to change. And if you just look at the U.S. as a whole, households are consuming more content every year. So clearly there's an interest in having a distribution platform for that content, and Hulu is one of the newer distribution platforms that have emerged.
But Hulu is dependent on its agreements with TV networks. So then how much does that limit its value, and does that possibly jeopardize its future at some point?
Yeah, that's a question about Hulu that we've always asked, even before this bidding process began, was our general view on media and video content is that the content is king. If you own the content, you have the negotiating power. So to take the owners of content out of the picture for Hulu, there's a lot of questions on whatever existing agreements are currently in place, how those would be renewed, and how other distribution agreements would go in the future if the current owners were no longer involved in Hulu as a direct owner.
Exactly. So if the ownership changes, how could that potentially change the power mix in the media landscape? In other words, does that help a Netflix or an Amazon or whoever else out there wants the content?
Yeah, that's a good question, and one that needs to be sorted out through this process. What I would say is Hulu currently is positioned a little different than Amazon and Netflix. Amazon and Netflix on the TV side are more into the library content for serialized content. A lot of their more popular programming is catching up on seasons that have already been on TV, where Hulu is more current and mostly limited to the broadcast networks. So there is a bit of a difference in terms of what niche each platform is trying to serve at this point, at least.